Hi, I'm Jayinplay. I'm creating free video content teaching people how to trade Betfair absolutely for free. If you're enjoying my videos or you're learning from them, please support me back by hitting the subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit the like button on any videos you watch. This will enable me to create more free content for you so you can learn to become a better trader. Best of luck in the markets.
Okay, a bit of Saturday trading here. Just looking at this first race at Haydock Park. There's a 2 mile 4 Berlin Novice Chase. Liquidity is quite low on this one, but it is like, you know, the first race. It's the lower grade race of the day. There should be some high liquidity races as the afternoon progresses. We'll have a little look and see what happens.
Back it out wide, and Hardy to Summer.
Too much money up there for my liking.
Between them, Shake 'em Up Harry, and then Clondor, Caitlin, Papa Tango, Charlie, and Hardy to Soy. And all reasonably assured there. Hardy to Soy perhaps a little close to it. Midway up the straight first time, and approaching the fifth. Ante.
I'll take that out because I thought it was going to come in and I was right. You can see there's big money coming. So yeah,
tracking the leading pair.
Got that right.
Alongside the nose-bounded mare Clondor, Caitlin, the red cap. Papa Tango Charlie waited with in the hands of Nick Schofield, and Hardy to Soy on the far side. Ante didn't see a stride at the sixth, and he was in tight to it.
I'm getting that out as well.
Barry and Manila Drama more fluent.
It's because the big money went.
Separating the trio with a circuit to cover. Ante against the rail. Manila Drama wide, Shake 'em Up Barry between horses. Clondor Caitlin sitting right on his tail, accompanied into the paddock turn by Papa Tango Charlie in the yellow silks, and Hardy to Soy continues to be patiently ridden, last of the half dozen, but little more than 4 or 5 minutes off the pace setting Ante. Through halfway they go now, heading towards the first of the 5 fences across the back straight.
I don't want to be in too long.
It's made pretty much all so far. Closely attended by Manila Drama, Riley, who's sitting quietly aboard the Donald McCain train gelding, and again he's taking out wide.
So that's halfway through the race.
Down the far side.
I often don't make any money in the first half of the race, so
close up in third.
That's all right.
Followed over by Clondor Caitlin, and then Papa Tango Charlie and Hardy to Soy. Moving on towards fence 8 now, and there's been little material change in the order from the outset.
So the price has come down a bit, but there's hardly any money there, so hopefully we should just bounce up to us.
Was the least fluent of them there, but he quickly recovers his poise, and they go towards the middle one in the back straight. Ante on the near side, Melodrama on the far side, little separating the pair on landing, and Clondor Caitlin takes a tumbling fall there. A smart piece of footwork by Papa Tango Charlie as well to avoid.
So I'm watching that race timer now, very carefully.
Over the next, towards the fourth last, and Manila Drama on the leading to Shake 'em Up Harry, Hardy to Soy, Papa Tango Charlie in fourth, forced to switch. Manila Drama in front there by a length. Shake 'em Up Harry, shaken up now in second, and Manila Drama extends the lead to nearly 2 lengths.
I need to get this out as much as possible.
Manila Drama on the left, Hardy to Soy on the right, Shake 'em Up Harry
between
about 3 lengths covering the trio. Papa Tango Charlie making no impression now, he's well held. Ante's gone back into fourth, they've still got 2 to jump. It's Manila
a nice easy 5 of it, so nice and done.
And beginning to open up, it would seem. Manila Drama tickling the top, but he led by.
Right, I'm going to move on. I'm not going to bother to see if it wins the race. That's me done.
Harry in third can now muster only the 1 pace.
Okay, so we've got a 3 mile handicap chase here at Ascot. This is on the Sky Sports stream, and Betfair all week the pitch has been jumpy on this stream. Luckily, a lot of the races I want to trade today, apart from Ascot, is all over on the Racing TV, and that stream is fine, as you would have already seen from the other video. But I expect this to jump because Betfair are rubbish at sorting out their issues. They often take ages when this happens, but you can see that it's jumping a bit already. I'll be paying more attention to the commentary. More attention to the commentary than I will be the video if it jumps badly. But yeah, just be aware if you see that.
On the inside, still towards the rear is Winds of Fire. At the back of the field, then Port of Mars and Mr. Muldoon. So they're turning towards us for the first time, where they'll approach fences 9 and 10. 10 fences on the circuit here at Ascot. They'll do it twice here today. Total of 20 obstacles to negotiate, and Kobo Lobo, who was second in this race 12 months ago.
Playing
Leads
that
the
out.
field up the home straight for the
Meant to
first
be a tick higher than that, but never mind.
LeBroy is close up with him though.
Happens I would have got matched
And
afterwards.
they touch down together.
But I don't like to take the risk.
Sacra. They're moving down towards the open ditch here, which is number 13. Cobo Lobo, still the leader from LeBroy, who took that in second as the leader just pecked slightly on landing there. No damage done though, he's still out in front. Racing behind them then is Defi Sacra. Cat Tiger has had a nice run round so far.
Come on, and the rest.
I'm out of here, man.
Take the last fence on this part of the course. Cat Tiger in 4th place now. Sussex Ranger just being squeezed along then by Jamie Moore, is about 4 lengths behind these leaders. Winds of Fire, the favourite, is moving up the inside of that one as they go down past Winds of Fire.
You can see that was going out, so that's why I
close up a touch. Didero Vallis on the outside,
cancelled the scratch and went back to the profit.
Challenging position as well as they second place. The next open ditch, the last open ditch of the race, comes up to them now, and it's 4 out. Cobo Lobo and John Joe Jr. from LeBroy in second place, and Luca Morgan. Cat Tiger is still travelling well behind them. Sussex Rangers responding to pressure, and Defi Sacra trying to get a blow back in as well with Winds of Fire next. But he's got to pick up a bit now in the noseband, and he's under a bit of pressure with Port of Mars alongside him. Now they turn in towards the home straight, and Cobo Lobo has slipped the field here. And he leads by 3 from
and that's me done.
Turn round for home.
£5.26.
3rd place now. Here comes Cat Tiger.
I finish here, so let me just see if I can pull off 10 ticks. Which you can often do in these situations. I want to close off that money, the price is just going out. Only a few pence. But... I've got to be. Don't want to be caught in for too long, that's a problem.
Market suspended.
Well, we pulled in an extra 68p, not a lot. So back at Ascot, 2 mile free furlong handicap hurdle. Better liquidity on this race. Still pretty low for a Saturday, but it is January, you've got to consider. Hopefully there'll be some opportunities to make some dollar in this race.
Led over it, but the lead was only a narrow one. At the back there. And as they move down the hill on the wide outside, Fidu Dairy is also joining in for the lead as well with Stoner's Choice and Kateson. Tracking them then is Esprit de Large in the hands of Adam Wedge. Smurfy Yankee in the yellow sleeves and cap is close up. Stella Magic, Gary Claremont just patiently ridden. Scandyberg next on the outside as they race down towards the final mile of the race. And Golo and
so we're only halfway through the race, just why I could hang on a bit there. Looked like it was going to shoot back out.
The only one behind him, though, Nico de Boinville, who's strike the front now. Stoner's Choice has just been given the hurry up behind in second place. Kate Sun is in there pitching. Gary Claremont's moved off the rail now in the pale green jacket, whereas Unexpected Party is keeping to the inside there and cruising into contention for Harry Skelton as they took that flight, which was 3 out. A long run before they get to the second last now. Fidu Dairy taken on by Gary.
I'm out of here, man.
Look at Unexpected Party, though. The grey on the inside. He's found a perfect seam to challenge for 3rd place with Smurfy Yankee there. Kateson wider and Golo. Gary Claremont is coming right into it as well. Sonagino is leaving moving behind on the inner.
And that's it. Out of time.
The weakening Scandyberg up towards the second last.
9:44. That'll do me. Lovely jubbly. Not going to hang on. I'm not going to hang on to see who wins. Looks like Unexpected Party's going to, but okay, looking at the race, looks like I'll get involved.
Over the white-faced
2-horse race
in 3rd, in no great haste, heading his other 3 rivals. Hunter's Call in the noseband landed in 4th. Garo de Jouillet, the red cap, disputing last place with
So it's a case of getting in and out early.
Global Citizen
If we
continue
do,
to give each other
probably
little
on the
piece, and they'd be
second
25-30 lengths clear
favourite.
of their 4 rivals heading up towards the judge first time.
Problem is, if that favourite
pass against the rail and Global Citizen on the near side, and having gone off pretty swiftly here.
If that favourite falls, then we could be in bother.
But going doesn't it? Single file stuff. Heading off down the back straight towards the 4th. Navajo passed by a couple of lengths now to Global Citizen. And then this now 15-length break.
That's a pan. Got to be
Tommy's Oscar.
aware this is a shorter race as well.
Hunter's call in the noseband. Similar break to Rockaden. And Garo de Jouillet a little bit remote. Out the 4th flight, Navajo Pass.
You see, I'm sitting at the bottom of where it's traded to for decent money.
Over in 3rd.
And I can't see it going any lower than that just yet. Further in the race.
Citizen on the far side takes on Navajo Pass once more through halfway. Tommy's Oscar a clear 3rd. Rockaden moving up to dispute 4th with the nose-bounded veteran Hunter's Call.
I'm going to take that out.
Well,
it's definitely time to quit it.
Might be a brief stay in front, however.
So only a pound, but I didn't really expect much off that race.
And forges on into the lead.
So looking at this 2 mile 5 furlong mares handicap chase, liquidity is piss poor, excuse my French, for a Saturday. Only 180,000 switched over. Taunton looks like it's the weaker market, so it's like an Irish market, you know. I might have a little look at Navan halfway through the day. I don't generally do much Irish unless it's a Saturday or, you know, the bigger races. I certainly wouldn't touch tracks like Dundalk, for example. Too dangerous. Too low liquidity, but sometimes you can get some bigger races, so I'll have a little look to see what the bigger races are at Navan and see if I can pull some cash in there today. If it's like this, I won't bother because they're too dangerous. But yeah, bear that in mind if you're looking at Irish racing. Irish racing is very dangerous, and this figure up here is a good indication of what sort of money is going to be turned over in play as well. More people that are interested pre-race, the more interested.
Market in play.
In running. So let's see if we can make some dollar.
Safe and sound with Lucky Lara, the black jacket on the inside. Fortune's Melody and Bryony Frost. Last year's winner Molly Carew, Thomas Dogrel. The red colours blew away on that one's ear, and on the inside is Lucky Lara. Good pace through the first couple of furlongs here. Dame du Soir, the light green cross belts, back in the field with What's the Story, Bourbon Beauty on the outside towards the back in company with Lily Pedlar.
Ogly doggly.
In front of them, and Fortune's
So the biggest issue here is there's no money to protect you. There is on the favourite.
Blew away in second
position. Bit, but then there's bigger bets
on the outside is
favourite,
Molly Carew. Bourbon Beauty having to be pushed along to go this early pace at the back as they're heading towards the far side, where there are 4 fences, and Fortune's Melody is leading Blew Away, the bottom weight here, and Molly Carew as they come to the first one in the back straight. Blew Away was a little bit slow over that one. They're all touching down safely. And the gap after the first 3 to Lucky Lara, the black jacket in 4th position. And then What's the Story, Dame du Soir, Lily Pedlar and Bourbon Beauty as they move on towards the second one in the back straight. And it is Fortune's Melody. Gets over that one in front of Blur Away. First time blinkers on her today. On the outside sheepskin noseband, Molly Carew. These are the first 3 as they run to the third
front running,
in the back straight. Getting over it in 4th is Lucky Lara. And Lucky Lara is in front of What's the Story, Lily Racing Syndicate. Lucky Lara and James Best then in 4th position, running in her first race over fences today, about 4 lengths behind the third horse. Another 3 back to What's the Story. And then Dame du Soir and Lily Pedlar.
No, the reason I'm going in on this, price is coming in loads. We'll try and see.
Into the home straight, still on their first.
And there's a long way to go, you see.
Go Pain Relief, Mare's Handicap Chase.
We're not even halfway through the race yet.
Melody and Molly Carew, the first 2. Fortune's Melody. Molly Carew, the first one in the home straight. And all getting over that one safely. Quite well stretched out as they run to the middle one in the home straight here. Fortune's Melody and Molly Carew. They've set out to make this a test. And they're on from Blur Away in 3rd. Lucky Lara 4. What's the Story? Last year's runner-up in 5th. And then Dame du Soir, Lily Pedlar and Bourbon Beauty.
If I have to take a little loss on this, I will do.
Much rest as a mistake there came from Lucky Lara over that one. Lucky Lara in 4th place.
Still only halfway
so
through the
a
race.
circuit in front
It's
of
crazy.
them. Fortune's Melody, the colours of
Crazy how much
Lanier and
it's coming.
Suede, leading the way here to Molly Carew in
I'm
2nd
tempted to go
spot.
in
Blur
again.
Away is in 3rd. Lucky Lara in 4th position. And they're followed by What's the Story, Dame de Soir, still driven Bourbon Beauty, about 5 or 6 lengths back in 7th. And Lily Pedlar is going to be pulled up as they go out on this final circuit. And it's Fortune's Melody that is leading by 1.5 lengths to Molly Carew and Thomas Doggerel in 2nd position. Blur Away is in 3rd. 4th is still Lucky Lara, and then What's the Story? And What's the Story is in front of Dame de Soir, and
Just
it's
so much
another
time
6
left.
lengths to Bourbon Beauty as they now run towards the first one. First of the
I'm out of here, man.
straight. Fortune's Melody. Lucky Lara coming up on the outside ahead of Molly Carew.
There you go, matched.
And Molly Carew
Just
is
as
now
I
dropping
thought.
to 3rd. Blur Away is just losing
You
a
can
little
tell
bit
by
of
that's
ground.
how good the race
Run
timer
on
is. You
towards
can
the
see
next. Has been passed by
straight away how much time is left.
Going into 4th
Now we are
position
getting
as they
sort
come
of 3/4
towards
through
the
the
next.
race. You can see.
And it is Fortune's Melody over. Molly Carew made a mistake at that. Lucky Lara at a very big price is there on the outside as they now run on towards the penultimate one in the back straight. Bourbon Beauty is going to be pulled up before it. As
I'm out of here, man.
Fortune's Melody, Lucky Lara on the outside. These are being followed by Molly Carew with What's the Story trying to work into it. Blue Away is struggling, and Dame de Soir at the back as they now run to this final ditch. Fortune's Melody has dominated this. Normally pretty useful juvenile hurdler in France, showing a bit more for Harry Fry today, but Lucky Lara is right there on the outside under James Best for Harriet Brown in 2nd. They're on by 2.5 to 3 to What's the Story and Molly Carew. Last year's 1-2, and a good gap then of 6 or 7.
So all I did there is I scratched that in the
running
end.
to the 3rd last then to find Molly Carew is
So
back
there you
in
go.
3rd. It's What's the Story. She was 2nd last.
I would have obviously got that profit as well when that price was going against me, but
Market suspended.
because I could see how much time was left. You know, the first one I hung on longer. The second one, as the time was running out, I went for the scratch, thinking the price there was still plenty of time for the price to bounce back up. But just in case that horse had gone and won, I want to get up for the smallest loss. So even though that flipped up to a -6 quid or whatever, I wasn't too fussed at that point, knowing what time was left in the race. But if you see it starting to come in more, then you need to think about getting out. And as the market's jumping up and down, even if it's smashing down to a £10 loss, you can probably get out for a £4 loss or something, as it's bouncing up and down. So just bear that in mind. But obviously, it's your best judgment. You always will go out. If you're going to take a loss, always take the smallest loss you can get. But obviously, make sure you get out. Over at Navan, I haven't even bothered to put the video on. The liquidity is so poor, it's just not worth it. It's going to be too dangerous. Markets are going to be too thin, they can move too quick. This is just absolute suicide to be trading in play like I do on this kind of race. So this is the sort of stuff you need to cut out if you're trading like I do. You need to cut out these crappy races where the liquidity is really poor, and you'll find that a lot on Irish racing and on some smaller UK tracks as well. Okay, so I'm looking at Ascot again. This is a 2-mile 7 furlong Grade 2 mares hurdle. The liquidity has been not too bad, not brilliant for a Saturday afternoon, but you've got to consider time of year, which is going to be a lot less. People are blowing their money on Christmas and so on. If you get paid monthly, probably haven't been paid since Christmas. So January is always rubbish. I don't know if that's part of the reason, but that's certainly enough for me to try and get some trades through at the right time. So let's have a look at this race.
Went up and jumped that
Now,
beautifully.
this is a weird race because Western Victory was quite short priced anyway, and it's miles in front. Where will it get caught or not? I don't know.
20 lengths between first and last at the moment. And Western Victory has a cushion here of about 15 lengths between the other 4 runners as they pass the judge with a full circuit to go in the Grade 2 SBK Mares Hurdle. Molly Ollie's Wishes is leading the other 3, and she's ahead then of the blue jacket of Anything for Love, and then right behind her in 4th place is White Hot Chili Philly. A break of 3 lengths away then to My Sister Sarah, who's got quite a task on at this stage, just trying to get some idea of Paul Townend's body language. He doesn't seem to be too perturbed. Western Victory has been jumping really fluently. She pinged over that one. There was a slight mistake there by Anything for Love at that flight of her.
Slight mistake there by me there.
Looks like it's going to be quite a thriller.
I'm out of here, man.
Down the side of the course now. They've got 4 more flights left to take here, down towards the 8th flight. Let's see if this gap is being closed at all. It is very slightly, you know. It's come down to about 8-9 lengths maybe. Western Victory maybe filling up those lungs again. She skipped over it clear. Molly Ollie's Wishes over it in 2nd place. Into 3rd goes White Hot Chili Philly. Reminders now for Anything for Love.
I lowered that because the gap's getting shorter.
Creeping closer all the time. My sister Sarah.
Right, we're in the danger zone. That's me over.
Well out of it. 1 more flight to go. Molly Ollie.
So that was a bit of an odd race, really, with that front runner in front, 98p, but it was just a very strange one. You get races like that. I didn't want to take too much risk, to be honest with you. So it's just not worth it. So this is Haydock Park, 3 mile 1 furlong, grade 2 handicap chase. The quality is not too bad. Should be able to make some money in this as long as the race doesn't do anything bizarre. Probably be a long one. Money will probably be made later in the race, I would have thought, once we get past the halfway mark. Let's have a look.
And then Kaluki
Halfway through the race.
Jumping well in rear, and Empire Steel remains last of all. So they've got 1 further circuit ahead of them, and they're scheduled to jump another 9. Lord de Menil and Sam Brown, inseparable under the judge for the 2nd time. Just shy of 30 miles an hour, these stayers going. Rounding the paddock turn, a couple of lengths clear the leading duo. Remastered and Sam's Adventure.
There's a long way to go, so I'm not too worried about this. Dipping a bit at the moment.
Other of the Greys, blue jacket on the inner. Sam's Adventure got a livener there, just to remind him to go out and do it all over again. Royal Pagaille continues to be ridden with exaggerated patience by Charlie Deutsch. He's against the rail in the last line of 3 with
long way to go.
And Empire Steel, another of the Greys, out wide. Heading off down the back straight once again.
So I still expect to get matched.
Looming up now. Sam Brown, Red Cap and Lord de Menil, again, almost as one as they touch down.
I'm out of here, man.
He's just intermittently coming off the bridle. Again, Sam's Adventure has to be ridden. Moving on towards the 12th. Lord de Menil in the centre. Sam Brown
Go on, you're nearly up to me.
Fortescue, the orange cap alongside remastered yellow sleeves.
There's a long way, but you can see by the race time how much time there was, and that was the lowest it had traded in the race, so it's kind of expected.
The rest well groups up at the middle one on the far side. Empire Steel on the far side is getting much closer under Brian Hughes. Game might be up for Sam's Adventure. Now the rest are moving on towards 6 out. Sam Brown, Lord de Menil, Fortescue remastered. Empire Steel out wide closer. Lakeview Lad coming under a drive.
I'm out of here, man.
Waiting in the wings, blue jacket. Likewise, Royal Pagaille, who's stalking Alnadam towards the penultimate ditch, the last on the far side. And a mistake there from Alnadam. Bridget Andrews was at the buckle end. So 9 of them, with Sam's Adventure pulled up, still have some sort of a chance, though.
That's me done.
Lakeview Lad, the nose banded grey, looks as though he's feeling the heat as Sam Brown
Sucker.
to dictate. Tom Scudamore is safe just about every inch of turf going on remastered. He's been
This is 3 miles. Might actually better go in one more time.
For a better position now. Yellow sleeves with Royal Pagaille inching against the fence. He's gone right up into 4th now. Charlie Deutsch removing a pair of goggles. They straighten inside the last half mile, and they've got 4 left to jump in the Peter Marsh. And now Scudamore comes wide, right down the near side on remastered. Coming to press Lord de Menil and Sam Brown. Royal Pagaille on the far side, joining in with a prodigious leap there. And the leading 4 just beginning to get away from Fortescue in 5th, who's plugging on. Looks like Alnadam is being pulled up, and it's now Sam Brown and Royal Pagaille who move on. Remastered has come under pressure. Lord de Menil's weakening away.
Now, I don't recommend trading late pass into the red zone, but because I cut off 20% of the race, 20% of the race is quite a lot when it's a 3 mile race. So you can see that there's still got quite a little way to go as yet. So I don't mind going into the red if it's a long race like that, but certainly like now you can see the markets are just going mental. To predict what's going to happen and who's going to win is just a gamble now, so you wouldn't want to be involved at this sort of time of the race. But most races, if you're using the race time and you're new to it, then I would certainly suggest you cut off. Ground is slow, look, the race time has run out, so this race has actually been run a bit slower than the average 3 mile 1 furlong race as well. Ground conditions can affect that.
Market suspended.
Anyway, let's move on. Nice little one, £12.22. straight off the back of the last one. I've not had a break. I've literally just switched across, and they're sort of overlapping a bit. Liquidity is pretty low, so I might just sit back a little bit, relax, watch the first half of the race, and if I fancy getting involved later in, I might do sort of halfway through, 10 miles and 3 furlongs. But I recommend you have a little break between everyone. You've got to give 100% of your attention to trading, and you need to have breaks, and trading for too long and stuff like that will always into a loss, just lack of concentration. A lot of the pro traders can't trade non-stop all day long every race. You know, it's not always the way to do it. It takes too much concentration. But yeah, I'm just going to sit back, chill for a minute or so. I'm glad this is running late. And then if the liquidity picks up and it looks all right, I might go in for a few trades around about halfway.
Third last, Getaway Trump still follows them. Master Debonair jumped it very well. Getaway Trump is noticeably closer. The top weight in the mauve and black, the Russian Doy and Leon Cavallo still there, held together. Then reserve tank, Oakley apparently on the retreat. Dorking Boy improved on his inner. Nordic Combined still chasing
I'm
on
outta
by
here,
Philip
man.
Armstrong as Master Debonair leads them. Turning into the home straight, Master Debonair and Bryony Frost. The Russian Doyen, out wide Getaway Trump. With Leon Cavallo still in there fighting. Dorking Boy trying to close from the back, and then reserve tank as they run to the second last in the Biowave Go Blocks Payne Seniors Handicap Hurdle. Leon Cavallo on the attack under Fergus Gillard, the near side, but has got some work to do to catch Master Debonair. Dorking Boy is in third. Master Debonair 2 out over, not that fluent. Leon Cavallo in with a chance. Dorking Boy is in third.
Okay, that's that. Another £8.56. That's what I've done. Exactly what I've done. Sat back, chilled. Got a few ticks through. Shame I didn't get more ticks on that Getaway Tramp. I could have set that for more than 10, but it's what it is. Move on. Okay, so we're looking at a 2 mile 5 furlong handicap race. The quality's not so bad. This is back at Ascot. Looks like the video's got a little bit better. Maybe Betfair sorted out that issue. I don't know. It's jumping a little bit, but it's not as bad as the other day. Hopefully that won't cause us too many problems. Let's see what happens.
They all jumped that one pretty well. That was number 9. The open ditch is coming up to them now as they continue to race down the hill. Night in Dubai down the centre. Golden Whiskey on the inside in the blue jacket. Fanny and Destraval, the red and grey, right behind them in third. And
I didn't get matched before that.
Golden Whiskey jumped that as well as he might have done. No real error, but not as fluent as 1 or 2 of his other jumps. Just behind them, Killer Clown on the outside as they go to the last on this part of the course. Fanny and Destraval may have struck the front briefly there, jumping that. So Fanny and Destraval now taken on by Night in Dubai. It's a competitive.
I'm out of here, man.
Whiskey on the inside,
Come on,
still
and the
in
rest.
pitching as they race down towards the bottom of the track here. On the inside, Larry, and then comes Killer Clown, who's always been handy. No move yet from the JP duo. Palmer's Hill and John Joe Jr. on the outside, saving ground on the inner. Phoenix
Problem getting matched up when everyone's got money flashing through the market.
Take in this contest. And over the next fence
Gonna
there,
reset the
Fanny
ladders.
Destraval just with a narrow advantage. On the outside, Night in Dubai. They move towards the 13th.
I'm out of here, man.
Golden Whiskey next to the rail, but he's getting lower in the saddle there, Adam Wedge. Larry's now just shaken up, so too is on the outside there, Killer Clown. And now Palmer's Hill is getting much closer for John Joe. Just being produced. I like the way there that Phoenix Way's travelling.
Sucker.
Way into contention as they move up towards the third last now, and the race is really beginning to unfold here. There was a mistake there from Palmer's Hill. Fanny and Destraval is the one in front and is beginning to really put the others to the sword here, turning inside the final 3 furlongs. Fanny and Destraval by 3 to 4 lengths.
Right, that's me done.
£3.19.
Next race. Yeah, I've got a 3 mile handicap hurdle at Haydock Park. Liquidity isn't brilliant for a Saturday afternoon at all. But it's a long old race, so we'll see what happens and see if I can make some money.
Lights range and the brimming water and Small Present, the orange cab, all in close attendance as they head to the last of the line of 3 flights across in the back straight. Potter's Hedger and Jack Quinlan to Tokyo Getaway and Charlotte Jones. Again, the leading 2 virtually inseparable. These components lad, Tom Midgley just third as they move to the turn out of the back straight first time. And then wider out to Foylan. White sleeves for Charlie Hammond.
Not worried about this. There's loads of time in this race. I'm not even a quarter way through it as
Moon
yet.
King and double chasing Brian Hughes circling the field on the crown of the bend. Small present, the orange cap on his inner. Thomas Wilmot aboard. And Sam Drinkwater.
Just typical. Look, the prices. It's in quite a bit.
The brimming water for the Drinkwaters and Sam Twiston Davis on the inner.
So we'll get back out again in a
So into
second.
the straight and now about to head inside the last 2 miles that are still very ordinary sort of a gallop. They're only going around 25,
There's
26
not much
miles
money
an
in
hour.
front of me, so I know there's quite a few ticks, but there's hardly any money there, so only takes someone to just quickly lay it and they can shoot straight back out. So I'm going to hang on for a minute.
Range. The small presence last slightly bunny hopped over it there, landing on all fours, and the brimming water travels sweetly off this steady pace against the running rail in the pink silks. Middle one up the straight, the 5th in total. Tokyo Getaway just shading the advantage there.
I'm going to move down to scratch
small
position.
Wasn't quite as fluent as the others, and the 6th brings them to the end of a circuit. Tokyo Getaway.
So even though that's like touch 9 quid there, I'm still not worried.
By the brimming water. And then T's components lad, Foylan, small.
So there's hardly any money there.
And Moon King, who's gone slightly back through the field.
In fact, I'm going to put
Just last, but remains little more than 4 or 5 lengths off the lead.
Back
They've
up
gone
the
through
profit, I think.
halfway in the Stuart Whittle's 40th birthday handicap.
Yeah, it's all
They've
just
got another
pennies.
full circuit to cover, and Tokyo Getaway leads them left-handed.
There you go.
And deluxe range.
See?
And then T's
But that, again, that is using the race timer to work out how much time I've got and whether it's worth that price and what it's been trading at. You know, had that had been later on in the race, then we would have had to have closed it off for a loss.
Along to keep tabs on those up ahead. Off
Looking
down the
quite
back
nice,
straight
isn't
they
it?
go towards the 7th.
Which
Tokyo
tempts me
Getaway
too.
being chased by Potter's Hedger. They've been the leading pair pretty much from the
Going
outset.
down there where we're still early on
Deluxe
from all
range
6.
of the white cap.
I'm outta here, man.
Third. And then Foylan and the
Just gonna reset the levers.
components lad ever
And then
prominent.
bring
Small
forward.
presence. Moon King was untidy there in last place, and he's in danger of losing touch. He's really is toiling, Moon King, at the back of the field, and I think Brian Hughes has accepted the situation and looks like he's pulling him up. The others have taken the middle one on the far side. Moon King did jump that, but he's not threatening to make any inroads, and the others tightly clustered go to 4
Slow
out.
that a tick.
Tokyo Getaway to Potter's Hedger and Foylan on the far side. And then Deluxe Range, and the brimming water still patiently ridden.
Still got a long way to go.
Sam Twiston Davis.
You've got to bear in mind,
I'm
even
outta here,
though
man.
without this is a 3-mile race.
And this long break back to Moon King, it really hasn't
I'm
run much of
catching
a
it
race
also.
at all. So about to
Concentrating
come out of the
over here.
back straights. Last the main group under pressure now, small present. First one to seemingly feel a bit of heat as Tokyo Getaway under Charlotte Jones still leads. Potter's Hedger remains a very close second. The brimming water
Sucker.
Bring that down.
stealthy progress around the rail. He's up into third as Foylan gets a couple of liveners out wide, the white sleeves, and then T's components lad.
Was I too greedy then? I cancelled off the close
A couple of lengths to small present, and they're inside
because
the
I thought I
last
could get
half
more
mile,
money.
and heading now towards the third last. Tokyo Getaway pursued by Potter's Hedger. The brimming water now being angled out a couple of lengths away in third, and
I'm
then a
around.
4-length break to
And that
Deluxe
will do.
Range and small present, and Potter's Hedger in second wasn't fluent there, and it handed a slightly longer lead to Tokyo Getaway. The brimming water on the left being
So
asked to get a bit
6.95
closer.
to speak on.
Potter's Hedger fighting on between them.
Yeah, race timer. Well, I'll just say quickly, race timer allowed me to stand for that bigger loss at the start there. But even though we've got getting into the red, I know on a 3-mile race, 20% of that is still, you know, a long way. It's still going to be a third of a mile. So is that right? 20%, something like that. So anyway, it's still a long way. Are still going to be about sort of 4 furlongs out. So, and obviously on these longer races, they're running slower at the end as well, so they take longer because obviously it's not a sprint. So I knew I had plenty of
Market
time.
suspended.
But I would have taken a loss on that Tokyo Getaway had it gone on much longer than what it did. But, yeah, all's well that ends well. Over to Taunton. And this race is already 3 minutes in Now this race on average length is 7:44, so the race time has kicked off. I'm gonna have to say that's going to be about the end of the race. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that and see if I can get these through quickly.
2 more fences to take over on the far side on this occasion. Jarle Enki wasn't quite spot on at that one. Just brushed through the fence, and fullback was closer to him on landing as they now race towards an open ditch. And this is fence number 11 of the 21. And Jarle Enki continues to lead the Portman Cup field, but only just there to fullback, who just raised a little bit of brush. Elegant Escape's going to get a reminder in 3rd place from Brendan Powell. Ramses Detaye and Kuda Panso still 4 and 5. And this quintet, they've won over £1 million between them. And over 400,000 of that won by the leader, Jarle Enki, to fullback, who's still very much at the start of his career. In 2nd place,
unfortunately, this is just a 2-horse race.
Ramses Detaye, still over a circuit to go. Kuda Panso at the back. This is fence number 12
over a circuit
of the 21. Jarle Enki to fullback, who got that one wrong in 2nd. He's just lost a little bit of ground on Jarle Enki. Elegant Escape, Ramses Detaye and Kuda Panso. The middle one in the home straight. And Ramses Detaye made a mistake at that one. And Elegant Escape wasn't the best. Kuda Panso is still the back marker. So fence number 14 before they go out on their final circuit. Jarle Enki to fullback in 2nd place. The order's barely changed, if at all. In 3rd position, Elegant Escape.
Come on.
It's also been placed in 2 Ladbrokes trophies, that horse, as well as winning a Welsh National. 2nd in a Cotswold Chase as well. He's in 3rd position ahead of Ramses Detaye and Kuda Panso, as Jarle Enki yet to
if I can
be
get one more
leads
through,
them
that'll be it.
on this final full circuit, as well as the 2 wins in this race. He's won a Grand National trial.
I'm watching the race timer.
Hurdle as
I'm
well.
thinking around just after that 9.
His long and successful career with Venetia Williams before
But I'm not sure exactly where the finish is. So
later on in his career, he's still in front, and Bryony Frost just giving him a little squeeze to go out on this final circuit. Fullback is in close proximity in 2nd, a length away. 2 lengths to the pushed along Elegant Escape, Ramses Detaye and Kuda Panso. So this is the 15th fence. Jarle Enki fiddled his way over that, leading only by half a length now to fullback and Niall Houlihan in.
So that's it, 5:30. Coming into a race literally just for a couple of minutes. Moving on, leave it at that. Okay, we basically have a 2-horse race here with an outsider that could pop in. I wouldn't normally consider this to trade, but the only reason I I'm considering it because of the liquidity. If you look at the liquidity, it's huge. It's been, compared to any other race so far in January, I would imagine, and certainly any other race I've seen. This is a Grade 1 race at Ascot. This is the feature race, it must be. So yeah, I'm going to have a little look. If I can get some money through safely, I will do, but I might not trade it just because the liquidity is there. I really want that first flow to do better and come into a decent price that's worth trading. We'll see what happens.
Last fence on the far side. A better jump there by Shishkin. Energamen in control at the moment, though. Paul Town in. And the answer is that Shishkin is a length and a half down in 2nd place. A neck in 3rd then to First Flow as they go past Swinley Bottom.
It's quite a lot of stake it has to be to make any money off this.
Back to Amula Gold, who's no mug himself, but is finding this pace just a bit on the sharp side for him. So they're coming up the hill now towards the final 6 fences of the race in this SBK Clarence House Chase, this Grade 1, the most anticipated race of the year, with Energamen.
I'm out of here, man.
And First Flow is back in 2nd. Shishkin on the outside still seems to be travelling all right as they go towards the 9th. Energamen in a great rhythm out in front, and Nico de Boinville just shaking the reins a bit here on Shishkin, trying to get a response as they come down towards the last open ditch. Energamen, the leader, still very comfortable in front. Shishkin now moving up on the outside of First Flow. Back in
and there you go, and that is me done.
I'm out of here, man.
And it was Energamen.
That's me done. It's getting too late on for me to be putting big stakes through. You could get away with it. You could probably up to about coming up to 7. You could probably get through about 10.
Sucker.
I'm not going to take no risks because the stakes need to be too big. Say like 100 quid through stake, and I only got £3.54 for tick, so very low prices. So let's move on. Right, so I'm just looking at this race here at Haydock Park, Saturday afternoon.
Market suspend. Market in play.
Liquidity is quite poor really for a Saturday. See if we can get some money through. Certainly won't be huge stakes. I wouldn't have thought something really amazing happens. See if we can pull off a few quid.
And they make their way up towards the last in the line up the home straight first time. Chemin de Burley and Oscar's leader at the fourth. Big leap on the inner from Thomas McDonough, disputing third with Estilic in the red and white. Couple of lengths to the last day in the sheepskin noseband ahead of Cap Poli. And Gallic Geordie under a waiting ride from Richard Patrick.
I might be able to get quite a few little stakes through.
Run now to the first of the
He's jumping around quite a lot and we're early on, so
and it's Chemin du Burley
we'll
and
got money on the backside now, so
leading up by a couple of lengths
wait
now
for that to
to
disappear.
Oscar's leader Sean Quinlan heading the pursuit with Thomas McDonough against the running row.
You've got to try and go in with there's money behind you, and it's not going to be a queue, so you get matched up pretty quick.
And the red and white in fourth, little on and off the bridle, having to be clipped along at various
Hardly
stages.
any money here at all.
To keep his interest. 2 lengths
Almost
then
tempting
to
to
the
just
last
go
day under Sean Bowen. Cap Poli, Sam
drop it
Tristan
right down
Davis
here.
in the light blue last but one, and Richard Patrick and Gallic Geordie continue in last place, about 8 lengths off the pace setting.
Not even halfway through the race yet, bear in mind.
They reach the fifth. Leader jumping well, rest over neatly enough in behind, but Estilic continues to have pressure applied and continues to lose a bit of ground on those up ahead. Next one in the back straight takes them towards halfway. Chemin de Burley, Oscar's leader. And then Thomas McDonough.
Not jumping as much now.
Last day towards the far side in the raw blue track there by Gallic Geordie and Estilic now at the tail of the field. Middle fence in the back straight. Chemin de Burley landed steeply and he was well picked up there by Darragh McConville, who had to recover quickly in the saddle. It all gone badly wrong for Darragh and Chemin de Burley. But the partnership is still intact and they're still just about in front. There was 6 out. Oscar's leader, striped cap, is a very close second. Thomas McDonough, the blue and yellow,
time-wise
in third as they go towards the second of the ditches.
I'm out of here, man.
Oscar's leader to Thomas McDonough, Cap Poli, the striped sleeves.
Very conscious of the time on this one.
And the last day, the patiently ridden Gallic Geordie in the white and green. It's hard work, meanwhile, at the back of the field for Estilic. So beginning the run back towards home. They've got just over half a mile to travel. And the last line of 4 fences up the straight to jump. Despite a scare on the far side, Chemin de Burley is still in front.
I'm out of here, man.
Is coming under a bit of pressure. Still second. Thomas McDonough on the rail in third. Then Cap Poli, the last day in the noseband, away to the left, being slipstreamed by Gallic Geordie, who's yet to be put in the race. They're heading towards
Sucker.
Oscar's leader's coming back to have another crack at Chemin de Burley. The last day on the near side being finessed into it. Far side, Thomas McDonough. And there it was Oscar's leader. Mistake from Cap Poli. That's halted his momentum. Gallic Geordie's now beginning to get closer in the white and green. Up into fifth. It's Oscar's leader, Thomas McDonough on the right. The last day in the noseband. Chemin de Burley now back to fourth. That was the last ditch. Gallic Geordie on the extreme left is still being nursed into it. As the
Thank God, and that is it. All done.
To tackle Oscar's leader. Then Thomas McDonough, Chemin de Burley and Gallic Geordie.
So I was hanging on now as I went into the red there. I was literally just making a decision whether to just take the loss or to stay in, and luckily I got the price started shooting out just as I was about to make the decision, so to take the loss. So I hung on and thankfully got matched. Right, we're going to move on. So I'm looking at this race now at Taunton, 2 mile free furlong handicap hurdle. It's low liquidity, so I've got to be very careful. Small bets, but if it comes around a lot, I might be able to get a lot of small bets through, if that makes sense. But we'll see what happens.
Inside, going the shortest way, Paddy Brennan on annual review. Purple and orange. Wellgoat is next in the field. The owners group mauve jacket ahead of Searching and Daria. William Hewitt is then on the outside, and towards the back also is Mini Escape in company with
This
Galactic
just may be
Power,
too big a
Karen
field to deal with,
Johansson.
really.
Just about
It's a
last
huge
of
field.
all, the dark blue with the white spots for Grace Harris into the home straight and running towards the fourth. Yarzane, his 16 rivals to win from there as they go out through their starting point. The last circuit in the BioWave Go blocks Payne at the Source handicap hurdle. And it's Yarzane just leading Cinderbella. Across the
Look at these white numbers, you can see how many small bets are coming through.
Annual review on that one's inner in company with Trooper Jones, Wellgoat and the outside Flintara. Searching is next.
Still a long way to go, so I'm going to hang on just for a minute. And it's a big field, so
Daria, William Hewitt, Mini Escape, and Kara
start making decisions soon, though.
Well, they're only separated by about 10 lengths, all of these, as they race towards
I'm out of here, man.
in the back straight.
There's a lot of money there in front of me, really.
This field, but Yarzane is at the head of it with Cinderbella. Cinderbella just to Yarzane. Black Lightning still up there. Flynn Tara. Miss M is in behind across the channel.
Hanging on for a little bit longer.
Inside, Paddy Brennan on Annual Review as they come towards the third last. And rising first at this one, Annual Review in fourth. Black Lightning is finding for some pressure. And next in the field is Love Actually's made ground. Then Flintara Trooper Jones across the channel, just losing a few.
And that's me done.
Straight two to jump. Plenty of jockeys hard at work. Paddy Brennan not one of those.
Yeah, that's me done. You see that we're getting into that danger zone now. Markets are going to go a bit crazy. And if something was to go wrong now, it's going to be really hard to get out. You could end up looking at a big loss. So the importance again of the race timer. I highly recommend if you're using Geeks Toy and trading in play that you get yourself a copy. So we've got a 2-mile 5 furlong novice hurdle. Although it's a novice hurdle, the liquidity is better than some of the races I've seen today. So, but it is a Saturday, so maybe there's a few punters out there that have lost their money trying to get it back.
Star racing together. Then on the inside is Jerash. Silver and Gold is next. And
really, I've only got 2 runners to trade at the moment.
Preceded now by
I would rather be trading
Genius, John Joe Jr.
As the runners, the price comes in a bit,
comes up towards the home straight for the first time in this final race of the day. Striding out in front, Galia Delito.
You see a horse has gone out in price like this.
Weatherby last time out.
You've got to consider that's SP. So if it picks up a little bit, it's likely to come back down to its SP.
Complete unknown.
That's what I always think. So I'm always a bit concerned about backing horses that have gone out too much. It's gone out quite a way. It can easily come back. There's a lot of money in there.
Goodhurst Star in amongst them as well with Monbeg Genius. And
based on that, I'm going
to Silver and Gold coming up to the final flight on the circuit. About 7 lengths would cover the field then as they come up past the enclosures with Galia Delito and Harry Skelton. The Skelton's looking for an amazing 4-timer today if she was to stay in front in a circuit's time. Complete Unknown is in second place there, Harry Cobden.
So there's a long way to go, so there's a lot of time for that to come back in.
Charles Ritz for third, Jerash on
it's literally because the favourite is in front, that's why that's gone out, the favourite to come in. But
when last seen is last but one with,
you know, they are 1 and 2 at the moment, they're pretty close.
Whipping them in, the grey. So down they go.
Got a big concern that price could come shooting straight back in at any time.
Down the far side of the race course,
especially if the favourite gets a bad jump, bad hurdle. A lot of money being laid there at 4.2.
Very efficient jumper. She's very smooth in the air then, and she takes them along down the hill. Complete Unknown, who's been threatening, running well in all of his starts so far, almost alongside her now. Mucho Mas on the outside, just nudged along there is Goodhurst Star, as he's just racing a bit deeper on the course in the yellow jacket. And they've completed their first circuit now, and they move on down towards Swindley Bottom. Galia Delito from Complete Unknown, Mucho Mas and Jerash on the inside of Charles Ritz, who's just a bit short of room there, just nudged along briefly. No move yet from Monbeg Genius, Goodhurst Star in touch, and still Silver and Gold. Not a lot's happened, to be honest, really. They've got left to travel now as they turn right-handed. 4 more flights left to take. And anything could take this. But Galia Delito is the one they've got to pass. She takes them up the hill then towards the last 4 flights. The 7th now in their sights. Complete Unknown going nicely enough in second place. Mucho Mas wider out then to Goodhurst Star. Jerash behind with Charles Ritz as they cross over the next, and Complete Unknown wasn't fluid at that flight. On they go towards the third last.
I'm out of here, man.
Hasn't been headed yet. She comes up towards it. She's taken on again by Complete Unknown. Mucho Mas closing all the time here and is now within about a neck of the 2 leaders. Right behind them, Jerash and Charles Ritz and Monbeg Genius in the red cap for John Jr.
Sucker.
Inside the final half mile here. The ones that are struggling are Goodhurst Star and Silver. with 2 more flights left to
Oh,
take.
that's just what we needed to
Carly
happen.
Delito is the leader by a neck from Complete Unknown in second place. Jerash has been travelling ever so well behind on debut and switched to the inside. Now they come to the second last. Galia Delito, another good leap. Complete Unknown is now asked to try and just pick her off. On
We're
the
out,
inside
thank
is
God.
Jerash and she responds as well. Jerash is coming there ever so strongly and now
I'm
takes
closing
over.
off.
Galia Delito may have run a
Right,
race.
just looking at a little back delay here. Just see what happens. I'm not going in for too much.
Market suspend. Market in play.
So this horse normally hits the front, which it is at the moment, but it's not looking like it's going to do much. So I'm going to see if I can just get out straight away. There's hardly any money coming in.
Ogly doggly.
Scratch it off. It might come in more, but there's just not enough money in the market to. Well, look at that. It did as well. It did as well. I should have hung on, but it didn't look like it was doing what I wanted. Oh, look at that. That could have been a huge profit. Never mind. Never mind. It is what it is.
And near Kettering. Leader hurdling fluently up the straights first time, and the first 3 flights neatly enough behind all of them. So a long run now, with 1 more circuit to go. First of the flights in the back straight, still a fair way off. And Minella Charmer and Charlotte Jones dictating to Favel, the grey Falco. Sacre Pierre on the near side now, just shading 4th to Seo Maxence up the rail. And a couple lengths away to near Kettering. Swinging the paddock turn and the finale on Peter Marsh Chase Day. Minella Charmer, Charlotte Jones leading Favel, and Charlie Hammond in the yellow. The grey Falco. Nick Schofield,
Not really interested in this low price when there's runners. So I'd rather keep an eye and see if this comes in
to bookend the card
to a price that I'd like to trade it at.
Himself and Donald McCain. Seo Maxence, Alan Doyle, white jacket, turns off down the back in 5th, and near Kettering and Johnny England, the pink cap at the back of the field. Going on towards the 4th, they run gently on the descent to this flight.
There's hardly any money here.
Minella Charmer continuing to
£109 there, but it's not a lot.
Hopped over a couple of Favel.
If a few started running well, a few people start betting that money will
Seo Maxence and
a big
near
loss
Kettering.
very quickly. So
Middle one on the far side.
you've got to be
The
careful.
halfway point.
So halfway.
All
So
nibble
I'm
enough
accurate. The
there.
rest runners.
And still Minella Charmer with the advantage to Favel. The grey Falco, the grey waiting in the wings at this stage. Sacre Pierre out wide, patiently ridden. So too Seo Maxence, and near Kettering continues to be held up. This is the last of the flights in the back straight.
I'm out of here, man.
From the leader.
Just jumping around and there's a bit of money going through here. So
Charmer over Favel. And then the grey Falco, Seo Maxence up the rail into this left-hander, Sacre Pierre wide. Near Kettering just having to be chivied along, 3 lengths adrift. And they begin the turn back towards home for the final time today, and the descending gloom. 3 flights left to jump.
I'm out of here, man.
With Favel now coming alongside, yellow cap. The grey Falco slipstreaming with Sacre Pierre on the left on straightening, and then Seo Maxence and the pushed along near Kettering at the back of the field.
Sucker.
Towards 3 out. Minella Charmer. Favel right alongside. Stares his rival in the eye, and grey Falco putting his grey head between horses. Seo Maxence is
I think we better call that a day. 170.
And a worse mistake from Seo Maxence, who was down on his nose. Minella Charmer on the rail is now tackled by the grey Falco. Favel gathered up, trying to regather the composure. Here's the second last. The grey Falco by a whisker from Minella Charmer. Favel back in 3rd, and then Seo Maxence and Sacre Pierre. And it's the grey Falco at the final flight. Takes off, lands a couple clear. A blunder from Minella Charmer. That might have sealed the deal.
Oh, I missed that opportunity. Did you see that?
On the flat. Minella Charmer
No chance of winning the prize. Come straight in.
To stay on strongly. They've still got 150 yards to go. The grey Falco by 3 lengths from Minella Charmer, Favel and Seo Maxence. And it's the grey Falco for Alistair Rolfe and Nick Schofield, who take out the finale.
Market suspended.
And that race was run at a slow pace because race time ran out just, well, they still about had half a furlong left. That's ground conditions for you, but they did say at the start that these horses weren't particularly expected to go at a very fast pace. essentially. Yeah, shame on that Batsalay. That's part of the reason why I trade the way I do is because I get too impatient with things, and I see that going out a bit. If I'd hold on a bit more, that did right the ways into. Well, I think it dogged, so I could have doubled my money. I could have made a tenner on that, but if I'd been patient, but it is what it is, I suppose. Never mind. Can't dwell on what could have been. There's not much left. I'll see if there's anything else worth trading, and if there is, I'll do that as well. Okay, so this is the last race at Taunton and the last race I'll be looking at trading. Now, I don't have the race timer running, and that is because I had another market open at the same time, fortunately, which affected it loading the start. Stupid of me. So I've just got to bear in mind the race is going to be about 4 minutes and 8 seconds long, so I need to be out by about 3:60.
Isabella head and head with Madame Malarkey and Miss Curiosity on the inside. Sally Ann maybe just getting the fourth place verdict at the moment. Lone Star. And in company with Cardigan R, Rail to Royale is on the outside, pushed along again. Carl No Dancer, and Paddy Brennan hasn't tried to make a move yet on Rev de Neve, the telescope filly, as they run towards the end of the back straight. Not quite there yet, and it is still in the GGs.co.uk colours.
It's just not moving, even though that 300 was there.
In between,
so I've used that as a cushion. I basically used that money as a cushion. But the price didn't look like it was going to bounce back out. It would have done eventually, but I wouldn't have done it quicker at them bigger prices.
Old Jacket on the inner is Lone Star, Carl No Dancer, and last of all, Rev de Neve now on the turn. Coonigan Isabella, Miss Curiosity, side by side. Madame Malarkey is pushed along. Sally Ann tries to get competitive. Lone Star is following. It'll be interesting to see what she can do under pressure, having run quite keenly. As they quicken up in the www.biowavego.co.uk Mayor's Bumper. Coonigan Isabella, Sally Ann on the attack, Miss Curiosity, Lone Star in the gold. Rail to Royale is getting into the thick of it now. She's run green, but she's picking up nicely for Harry Bannister and Toby Law. Sally Ann takes over. Coonigan Isabella wilts. Rail to Royale is now coming to tackle Sally Ann as they're inside their last 2 furlongs here, and Rail to Royale has come to take the lead off Sally Ann. Rev de Neve is staying on well.
Sorry, that's me done.
From the back of the field, but Rail to Royale is
£3.19 on the last race, so that's hit over 90 quid for the day. Not so bad for a Saturday. Race
Market suspended.
Race time that saved my life loads today. It helped me make a fair bit of cash, as you've seen. I felt a bit naked without it in that last race, to be honest with you. I didn't like it at all, and I was probably still thinking about trading too late without it. Such an important bit of kit. If you want a copy, drop me an email. There is a fee for it, but it's pretty cheap. To be fair, it's not a lot of money at all. But yeah, other than that, good luck in the markets, and I hope you learned something from that. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to hit subscribe. If you've learned anything from me today, please make sure you hit the like and leave any comments you like. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.
Introducing Geeks Toy trading software, the fastest, most customisable and most popular software for betting and trading on Betfair and BetDAQ. Designed by professional traders for you. Key features include unlimited desktop settings and the ability to create custom profiles to suit every user's needs. Unbeatable speed, real-time prices and one-click betting. Unique management of multiple markets. You can bet or trade on multiple sporting events simultaneously. Support for 8 languages. Context-driven help on every window. searching and bookmaking, training mode, advanced charting, enhanced navigation, support for Betfair coupons, stop loss and more. Geeks Toy, possibly the best Betfair and BetDAC trading software in the world.